Hi guys, how you doing? This is Phoenix Tremaine with my review of Hollywood Divas. As usual, I have the video playing on my DVR, and
I had to fly really early to see ya.
First I want to say before I get started, this is late because I've had a sore throat and I really couldn't talk. It's still a little scratchy, but a hell of a lot better. For my sore throat, I used salt water. And I gargled with that, and then I did honey, just a teaspoon of honey every time I needed it, and it's actually been working. So I'm in water for hydration, but yeah, home remedies, woohoo! But anyway, please take a minute to like, subscribe, share this video. You can follow me on Facebook, friend me, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those different places. I do have my links down in the comment section, that little information box. So if you can take a minute to help me out do some of those things, I'd really appreciate it. Hollywood Divas, this is probably going to be a pretty short review because it was okay. A lot happened. I still didn't get Countess, which is my favorite. But it starts off with an ambush of Elise Neal. They're still talking about this shit about who's trying to make a side deal, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? This is like drama that they're using to drag on, but from a fan's point of view, it's not working. I'm sorry. They're going in circles and circles and circles, and I get nothing done. Bottom line, Forrest owns the White Sisters. Paula being married to Forrest, they're the two with the connects. They're the two who can cut everybody out. They're the two who can do the project with all the rest of them, and then they would have to go to court about rights and stuff like that since they didn't do any paperwork, but Forrest did go on ahead and, put everything in his name. But we see that'll come later on in the season when they start arguing about that. But right now, they're still on Elise trying to find out if she tried to cut them out the deal. And it was kind of a funny scene because it was a reminder that they're all actresses. When Paula starts crying at the table, deflecting, when Elise throws shit back at her, when she starts crying, kind of fake crying, because I didn't really see no tears, but she made the ugly cry face. And then Golden Brooks, in her confessional, which I thought was funny, she started to do the same cry face, like she was about to cry. And then I said, oh, shit, they are actresses. So that was just a quick reminder that, they can turn these drama emotions on and off at will. And the most interesting thing about this scene was, are Elise and Paula lesbian lovers? It sure looks that way based on the video. I mean, I'm just scratching my head like, I ain't mad at you. I used to have a best friend who was a lesbian. She's still a lesbian. We're just not close anymore. But we were close for years. So I have nothing against lesbians. But these two falling on the ground, holding, hugging each other. Paula talking about, oh, she's finally showing that she loves me in public and all this kind of shit. I'm like, are you a lesbian? I mean, you go season 1 talking all about your husband, and now you're worrying about the affection Lee shows you in public. Really? So, that was interesting. And, I see that Paula teared up, but I didn't see tears come down, streaming down her face or nothing. So we're fast forwarding to Countess Vaughn.
Father, taking care of my kids.
Who's just talking about, you see her man, and Countess talking about she wants some dick before the kids wake up. And so, they have her feeling on her man, riding on him, sticking her titties all in his face and smothering him. And, I want to see more of that. I want more Countess. Good thing this is the last day of the Jamaica trip. So then we got Golden trying to talk to Elise again, and they talk about how great friends they are. But later on in the episodes, they're like bitter enemies. So, Golden still wants to know Did Elise cut her out? Who cares? The deal didn't go through. Shit. You know, they've all agreed to do paperwork that will say point blank, this is your cut, this is my cut, this is who's a producer, this is who owns it. They're doing that paperwork backwards. So Lisa's like, we already agreed to do the paperwork, so why are you still asking me this shit? And then, I forgot, what's this?
It was released. I let it go. You got it out. You guys got a lot of history, so.
Okay, so this is just them this is when the guy starts singing to Elise. The young guy starts singing to Elise, he's more than half her age. And Elise is like, I have a boyfriend, you know, and, you know, the girls are trying to get her to do something with him, you know, and who knows, Elise might have a man or she might have Paula. Who the fuck knows? And then they have this shady ass shit here.
To keep her relevancy.
When Golden decides to give a real actor's workshop, and she starts shading everybody, talking about Elise's age, talking about Shar, she might have done something, you know, just like she just threw major shade at Shar and Elise, praised Lisa, you know, and it was just rude. And then we have this next part of Jamaica where, well, Paula gets really excited that it looks like they're going to get some weed. And, you know, and they start dancing to the Jamaican, you know, Rasta music or whatever. And Golden really gets into it, feeling the drums and the spirit and everything. And then Elise needs to pull Paula to the side and need some private time with her. And I'm still sitting here like, is this the L word? You know, is this an episode of Queer as Folk? I mean, what am I watching right now? You know, I'm not mad at it. I just want to know. So, already I'm 45 minutes and you seeing shit happen. So this is when Golden gets all up in her feelings because Elise said that at the actor workshop, Elise was asked, did she regret not having children? And Elise said, I want to have children the right way. I want to get married first. And this upsets all the other girls because they all have kids and none of them are married. Well, Paula's married. And Lisa was married when she got pregnant. So they're kind of okay. But but mostly Golden is in their feelings about, you know, not being married and sort of being talked down to for doing it the wrong way. So, and also I gotta say a footnote. These ladies need makeup. Like, I know you're in Jamaica. I mean, you can afford a little intern. Bring the motherfucker there for free. He would come for free or she would come for free to do your makeup because they're wearing hats and glasses and putting their hair in their face, everything they can do not to show how they look without makeup. But they got camera right in their face, bags, everything, you know, dark circles in her eyes. Woo! Paula looks ragged. Elise doesn't look hot like she normally does. You know, even Lisa looks tired, like she's been through some shit. You know, Shar is a little off. So the only one who looks decent is Golden, you know, without makeup. But the other girls need makeup. And then I missed this. This is Paula. I just see Paula kiss Elise on the cheek. Come on. Just open your legs up and eat some pussy. You know, do it for the fans. I don't know. It's just a little confusing to me. I'm sorry. But now this is the big blow up when Golden wants to confront Elise about what she said about children, and Elise basically says, look, I was on a hit show. I didn't want to get pregnant when I was engaged. He strapped up and used condoms. If I wanted to have children, I could have. Where Golden says, if you could have had children, you would have. So they go back and forth arguing and fighting. Paul is defending Elise in a confessional, not at the table. And Lisa kind of like steps aside and Char don't say shit. But But yes, they're having this argument about that. Boring. I can't wait to get into the drama of next week when the guys are fighting and throwing ketchup at each other and shit. So whatever the fuck that was. I originally thought that he had said, Golden had said, give me the gun. But she had said, give me the ketchup. I don't know where I got gun from when I first heard it. I just had to rewind. And
order. And there's nothing wrong with that, Miss Golden.
I just feel like because you don't have children, that sensitivity chip is missing. That's insensitive.
Golden trying to tell somebody else about sensitivity when she's been insensitive for like 2 seasons. So that was that. And now I'm going to go back into my DVR and whip out the next show, which is Braxton Family Values.
Okay, you got.
So
you have to sing Last Call. That's one of my favorite songs.
So
it's up to you.
I'm gonna hit start over.
Believe me, I'm comfortable.
Because I just watched.
It's once and for all.
I just watched this in my office. So Braxton Family Values. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about Braxton Family Values because it is one of my favorite shows, and it's very interesting. The problem is the season has already started, so I haven't, before I started doing my reviews. So last year I did Braxton Family Value reviews. This year I did not, because like I said, they're already probably close to the end of the season. But there were some things that I really had to get off my chest about Braxton since I haven't talked about it in a long time. Now, production-wise, the whole episode was about Tracy and Tracy being in her feelings. So Tracy, Tawanda, and Trina go to a fitness place to work out, and they have 2 guys there that they feel are very hot, attractive, whatever. And Trina is looking for bartenders, and coincidentally, one is a bartender and the other wants to learn. Now, let me tell you this. Straight out. Bullshit. I gotta call bullshit on that one. Bullshit. Trina's trying to promote her bar. They're trying to show the guys that are going to be bartenders there so the women can watch the show and then want to come to the bar to see the guys in real life. That's all that was. All that little extra banter and shit? No. That wasn't what that was about. That was Trina promoting her bar chicks bar that's probably out right about now. Don't try to fuck with me. I know how this shit works. The next thing, they've got Evelyn and Tony visiting Tamar's opening for her spring line in her shoes. And of course they praise it or whatever. I last year I think I put her line on Facebook or something. You know, shared it with, you know, my Facebook audience. And they're pretty decent. So once again, it's just promotion. Trina's promoting bar chicks, and Tamar's promoting her spring line. But this was the funniest scene to me that really got me. And that's when Tamar was making. That's when Tamar was making eggs. I don't know if you can hear this, but this was pretty loud because everybody was sitting around the table in the hotel, and for some reason they brought out eggs for Tamar to make, you know, devil eggs, and then she's making what she wanted to call Jesus eggs, and they didn't want to call them Jesus eggs, so she called them angel eggs or some shit like that. Just funny little banter. But then listen to this. While Trina is trying to talk. Can you hear that?
Tracy is trying to tell us how she's feeling, but Tamar is on a mission to make deviled eggs and loud. I'm sure it's not making Tracy feel any better right now.
Trina, take your eggs for God's sake. Go ahead, finish, Tracy.
Okay, now here's what's going on. Tracy is in her feelings because she had her album out, which flopped. Sorry about that, Tracy. too much auto-tune. I listened to it. I never listened to it twice because the auto-tune was ridiculous. Last Call was probably the best song on there and the most relatable song on there. They had one song that was kind of a turn-up, like club jam, a little dance music, which I thought was okay. But for the most part, you know, Tracy was auto-tuned within an inch of her life. So it didn't sound good. It might as well have been like electronic shit. So Tracy is trying to tell everybody how her feeling she is, that no one comes to her shows, no one supports her, blah, 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 blah. She always comes to other people. Does this sound familiar? Because I am a Tamar fan, and even though she does do some fucked up shit sometimes, she's had the same exact conversation. They even showed it in a clip that where Tamar was saying, begging her sisters, please come to my show, please support me, and everybody was booked like Kelly Price. So now, and I do talk with my hands a lot, but now Tracy's in a hot seat because she's all up in her feelings because the same shit they did to Tamar is now coming back on her. Because nobody really, only people who've had a decent music career in the family is Tamar and Tony. You know, no one else's career, Trina or Tracy, has taken off. You know, and I'm going to tell you, Trina's music is not bad. You know, Trina, I just think doesn't have a good team that can really push her and promote her for what she's trying to do. And also Trina did not want to do R&B because she didn't want to be like Tamar, and she didn't want to get compared to Tony. But she should have done half and half. She could have done R&B with dance remixes. So, you know, but it didn't work out. You know, you still hear her song come on the show every one again, Party or Go Home or whatever. But for the most part, that was the show. Honestly, they had a lot of filler in this episode. You know, a lot of filler. So I'm fast forwarding through the show now just to see what I'm not talking about. Because we're already at 19 minutes, 20 minutes. And they're still at the table. So Tony invites Tracy to do her show, which is a big arena. Not arena, but like a big festival. And it's the biggest audience Tracy will ever, up to this point, have ever performed in front of. And so she wants, now here's Trina on a date with her man telling him she wants to slow things down. And, you know, and now we're at the festival where everybody's trying to give Trina pointers and notes about being in the show, and Trina's getting all flustered. And then we have a little part of the show now, this season, every episode to be continues. So, of course, we don't get to see Trina perform, but she's about to perform, and then the show to be continues. And then that's pretty much the episode. That's what happened. It wasn't a lot, but I actually like Braxton Family Values this week more than I like Hollywood Divas, and that's kind of where I'm consolidating them, because there really wasn't enough going on in Hollywood Divas to warrant a solo video. And that was it. Now, as usual, I'm going to put something of mine at the end of this clip, so hopefully you will enjoy it. It will be my talk show next week. It should be coming out pretty regular.
Says the eccentric Caesar Flickerman in this.
Well, that tells you what time of day it is. Jeopardy is on. So that was Braxton Family Values. And we all know what's going to happen. You have to be deaf, dumb, blind, and stupid not to figure out what's going to happen. The way this show works is nobody falls on their face. They always look like they will. So, of course, Tracy's going to get up on stage, and whether she kills it or not, they're going to say, oh, you killed it. You were great. And then they're going to move on to whatever the next scenarios are for next season. I mean, not next season, but the next episode. So, once again, please like, subscribe, share this video. And, you know, I just really appreciate everybody who watches my videos. I appreciate all of the shares. I appreciate all of the views. I appreciate all the subscribers. And, you know, I look at everything, you know, from the people who go from this page to my webpage, webseriesandmovies.com, where I'm providing not just web series and movies, but also the latest entertainment news, so that there's always something fresh and new for you to go to the page for. So, check it out.
In passing from foot.
That's it.
Alright, so my partner wants to, if I want to have freaky sex and my partner does not.
The other way around. What if your partner wants to have freaky sex and you don't?
Now, if my partner wanted to have freaky sex and I didn't, that wouldn't be the case, so I can't really like work on that. So let's switch it around. If I wanted to have freaky sex and she didn't.
If she wanted to tie you up and spank you, would you be okay
See
with that?
See now.
We're talking freaky sex.
I wouldn't, I'm not getting tied up.
See?
Why not?
There you go.
Why not?
There you go.
Well, it would take.
So what if she said, because that's the question, what if she wants to have freaky sex with you and you don't? So what if she wants to use a strap-on on you?
Come on, man. You taking it away.
No, I have a friend who's a dominatrix, and she said there's only 2 men that said no to a strap-on.